Have you ever sat across from a man who is calm, consistent, and strangely, almost suspiciously normal, and felt confused by it? No obsession, no fireworks, no chaos. He just keeps showing up. And something inside you, the part of you that was trained on intensity a long time ago, keeps whispering, "This can't be it. Where is the spark? Why doesn't he seem to be losing his mind over me?" Beloved, hear me. You are not broken for asking that question, but I want to offer you something today that might change the way you read love altogether. Because a godly man's love doesn't announce itself, it arranges itself. He is not going to say it before he builds it. He is going to build it quietly, structurally, brick by brick, and then say it. And if you have been looking for the wrong signs your entire life, you may have already walked away from the right man without ever realizing it. So here are 5 signs. Not performances, not speeches. Signs that are structural, quiet, and almost impossible to fake. The first sign is this: he rearranges his time without being asked. Not grand gestures, small shifts. He reschedules his evening because he knows your week has been hard. He starts going to bed earlier so he can be present when he calls you. His calendar quietly reshapes itself around your rhythm, and he never makes a speech about it. He just does it. You used to wait for the announcement, "I cleared my whole week for you." That was the old language, the language of performance. The new language is silence and a schedule that suddenly has space in it that didn't exist before. Look at Boaz in Ruth chapter 2. Ruth is a foreign widow with no protection and no safety. Boaz arrives, asks one question: "Whose young woman is that?" And before she understands what is happening, he has already rearranged the entire workday around her well-being. Ruth 2-8. Stay in this field with my women. No speech, no declaration, just a structure that shifted in her favor. That is, sign 1 inch, the original language of covenant love. The second sign: he protects you when you are not in the room. This one is the most important on this list and the least talked about. Ruth chapter 2, verse 9. Boaz turns not to Ruth, but to his men and says, "I have told the men not to lay a hand on you." She found out about her own protection after the fact, almost in passing. A godly man falling for you guards your name in rooms you will never enter. He shuts down the friend who makes a careless joke about you. He corrects the person who misrepresents you. He does not tell you he did it. You will hear about it months later from someone else, and you will realize the man standing beside you has been your covering in places you didn't even know you needed one. The counterfeit kind of love performs protection in front of you where there is an audience. The real kind performs it behind your back where there is none. And here, I need to pause and say something directly. If you are watching this list and working hard to make a man fit it, stop. A godly man falling for you does not make you wonder. He makes you settled. These 5 signs are for recognition, not interpretation. If you are doing mental gymnastics to fit him into this framework, the framework is not the problem. Hold on to that. Now, let me keep going. The third sign: he invites you into his world, not just his attention. Boaz didn't only notice Ruth, he brought her to his table. Verse 14, "Come here, have some bread, his table, with his people, in his field. He integrated her into the room where his real life happened. A man falling for you starts folding you into his actual life. You meet his people. You are at the family dinner. He brings you to the places where his real community exists, not because he is showing you off, but because he wants you in the rooms that actually matter to him. The man who keeps you compartmentalized, separate from his real world, is not falling for you. He is keeping you available. There is a difference between those two things, and your spirit already knows it. This sign is simply permission to trust what you already feel. The fourth sign, he moves toward your future, not just your present. Genesis 29, verse 20. Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, and they seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. 7 years of labor for a woman he was not yet married to. He did not write her love letters. He served, and he let the service speak. A godly man falling for you begins making decisions with the quiet assumption that you are in his future. He is saving differently. He is thinking about where he wants to build. The future tense in his sentences starts carrying a we in it, softly, almost without him noticing, when we go there. When I figure out that season of life. Listen for the we. It arrives months before any ring, and it is more honest than the ring. The fifth sign, and this is the foundation beneath everything else, he has been praying for you before he ever pursued you. You will not see this one directly. You will only see its fruit. A pursuit that feels strangely clean, strangely unhurried, strangely not desperate. That quality has a source. The source is a man who has been bringing you before God long before he brought himself before you. Before he ever said the words, he had already laid the relationship on the altar. And one day, quietly, almost in passing, he will mention it. I started praying for you in March, and you will do the math and realize March was 2 months before he even knew your name. That is not coincidence. That is architecture. Now step back and look at all 5 together. Not one of them is an announcement. Every single one is an arrangement. That is the thesis I came here to give you, and I want to say it one more time because some of you have spent your whole lives looking for the wrong genre. A godly man's love doesn't announce itself. It arranges itself. And by the time he finally says the words, I love you, you have already been living inside the house he built. You just did not recognize it as a house because you were trained to look for fireworks. Fireworks light up the sky for 30 seconds and disappear. A house is still standing in the morning. Here is the warning that belongs at the end of every list, like this. The opposite of a godly man is not an absent man. It is the declarative man, the man who floods you with words and builds nothing. Who calls you his future wife in week 2 and cannot tell you what city he wants to live in? Who announces his love to everyone in the room and disappears for 4 days? Words without architecture is not a man falling for you. It is a man performing a role. Ephesians 5:25 says husbands are to love their wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Christ did not write the church a love song. He gave himself. And 1 John 3:18 says it simply. Let us not love with words or speech, but with actions. and in truth. So, if the calm man in front of you looks different to you now than he did a few minutes ago, go look at the architecture, not at his sentences, at his structure, at what his calendar shows, at what his prayer life shows, at who he is when you are not in the room. The signs are already there. You just needed new eyes to read them. And if you are in a waiting season with no man in sight, write these 5 signs down. This is your calibration. This is what you are not settling for less than. The wait is not making you picky. It is making you precise. And when the right man walks into your field and begins quietly rearranging things, you will recognize it because you will know what you are looking at. If this is the sign you needed today, type in the comments, "I'm learning to read the architecture." And if this message blessed you, remember to like, subscribe, and share so others can be strengthened by the Word of God.